Hello guys, it's Full Throttle 2 here, bringing you the Australian F1 Racing League Season 1 Singapore race review. So now we see all the cars lined up on the grid. Atomic Boy on pole, me in 8th, and Leonski starting in 10th. And yeah, and Alonso between us in 9th. Now we see on my right with Mark Webber, and straight in front of me is Insane Aussie. So we see 5 lights gone and lights out, and away we go. So we see me coming across a little bit, trying to find room, and there's a big gap down the middle as we see Insane Aussie and SG1 Razor and Bop all have a bit of a collision. Then Insane Aussie coming from the other side of the track, hitting the back of me nearly losing out. Mark Webber, I think, was involved in that as well. He wasn't extremely happy after the race about that. And now we see me hit the side of Alonso. Luckily it didn't affect his corner there. So we see me in 7th place behind Leonski in 6th. We have Alonso behind me in 8th. Now we come up to the left-hander. Leonski locks up a little bit. Me not able to get the undercut as we see him hitting the inside line. And Alonso overtaking me, but just hitting the back of Leonski, which gives me room to go through again. We see Alonso go off and Project Aardvark coming through. So we come up to the Singapore Sling. Very, very, very hard corner to get perfect. We see me and Leonski getting very, very close. Coming into the left hand hairpin, you'd probably call it. Very sharp hairpin. Now, still behind Leonski, as we see Insane Aussie has moved up to 8th behind us. And then we see Leonski go a bit off the track at the exit there. Me going around his outside, getting the racing room and getting the move done. But me going a bit deep there, but managing to keep it and make it stick. And no, I'm not pushing too much in the first couple of laps, just trying to save the tyres, which works out for me in the end. But we'll get to that later. So now we see me coming up to the final corner, and that is the first lap of the Australian F1 Racing League Season 1 Singapore. So now we go to lap 2, coming around the chicane. We see hairpin, sorry, I get that wrong all the time. We see SG1 Razor just then crashed and front wing lost. Yellow flags called momentarily, and yeah, so unlucky for SG1 as we see me go a bit too deep on later in lap 2 and hitting the wall, losing half of my front wing. Now we see even later in the lap, we see Ian Clarkson move over for me. He must have spun, and now we move on to lap 8. So beautiful. Now, we go to lap 8. We see me in 4th place, Insane Aussie right behind me in 5th, and Bopping Bobster quite a long way in front of me in 3rd. Now we see me going a bit too deep, losing the other half of my wing, not losing the full thing, so not too much grip loss. But now we see me backing away at this corner as we go a bit deep, and Insane Aussie makes the move. Now we go to lap 10, me still in 4th, Insane Aussie 3rd, and Mark Webber 5th. So we come into the pits, getting the entry to the pit lane. Bit not that good, but yeah, didn't get it too right. Not the easiest pit lane exit and entry ever. You see the McLaren pit crew fitting me with new sets of option tyres and a new front wing. You see me go into standard mix 2. As we come out of the pit lane, very hard exit as I said before. Nearly crossing the pit line exit as we see Leonski jumping me at the pit stops there, and now we see me nearly hitting the back of him on lap 12, and now yeah, so getting very close to Leonski, nearly taking him out, but not quite. Lucky, very, very lucky I didn't take him out. So now go to lap 12 just then, it was right in front of me. Now lap 14, only 2 laps later, is way in front of me. Now we go to lap 18, and I'm right behind him once again. put him under pressure, and yeah, so come up to the end of sector 2. Yes, so getting very close to Leonski nose in the space of about 4 laps. That was a good gain for me. As we go to lap 19, so we see Bopping Bobster come out of the pits on my left there, on the prime tyre. Me trying to overtake him, but then I just decide that he's theoretically in front of me, and I have to back away. As we see me come into the pits for my turn now, on lap 21, me in 4th, Bopper 3rd, and Mark My Webber 5th. See me pull in to the McLaren garage or pit box, and me coming out with a brand new set of option tyres once again. And I go to the end on these tyres. We see Leonski move up to 6th. Says up in the top left hand corner. It's a 6th place for Leonski. As we see here, my front right tyre nearly stuffs that up, and I nearly cross the pit lane exit, which would have been horrendous. We go to lap 27. This is a horrible mistake here. I'm 11 seconds in front of Leonski. Lock up, go off the track, having to reverse back, go back, reverse again, go back, and still lose half of my front wing, having to reverse again for about the 3rd or 4th time, and Leonski getting in front of me, and Mark My Webber only 2 or 3 seconds behind me. It's a horrible mistake. I shouldn't have made that, but now we will see what will happen in these final laps as we go to lap 28. Leonski is 2.1 seconds in front of me, I think it says. And now we will go to lap 29. Me right behind him, and me getting the undercut. He brakes a bit too late. Me getting the speed and moving up into 4th place. I was pushing extremely hard for that position, and I nearly just shut the door on him there. But it's okay, because now we will go to later in lap 30 to see Mark My Webber just slightly push Leonski off, and now we see even later in lap 30, see Mark My Webber getting very, very close, right behind me, a car length behind, and now we see him spin it into the wall. Leonski able to gain another position, so it's a 4-5 finish for McLaren Mercedes. Now we see Greek Master finishing the race. Me and Leonski were extremely happy. It's been our best race. We're really, really, really happy. So, yeah, come over the line. Now we see the results. So in 1st, Greek Master, 2nd, Atomic Boy, 3rd, Bopping Bobster, 4th, me, Full Throttle, 5th, Leonski, 6th, Mark My Webber, 7th, SG1 Razor, 8th, Project Aardvark, 9th, I Am Clarkson, 10th, I wave my finger, very happy, 10th, Insane Aussie, and 11th, Alonso. So thank you guys for watching. Good race overall for me and Leonski, and see you guys next week on the track. It has been Full Throttle. Bye.